In this video, I want to discuss about two very common mistakes that are made in pattern combination. Two general types. And we'll see three mistakes that come from these two types. Now, I have the patterns up here that we've developed so far. Subject verb, direct object, subject verb, indirect object, direct object, subject verb, subject complement, subject verb, direct object, object complement. So far we have these 5 patterns. And to combine them, as I said in the last video, you use a colon, a comma, a colon, a semicolon, or a conjunction of some sort. Now remember, there are 2 types of conjunction: semicolon and subordinating conjunction, coordinating conjunction. And by the way, colons and semicolons, colons especially, have a certain nuance to them and how you should use them to combine patterns. So you might want to read up on that. But technically, they can basically take any 2 patterns and put a colon between them. And you might have someone look at it and say, well, I don't understand what you're trying to say here with this colon, but they will never be able to tell you that it's not correctly combined. It might not just make much sense. But so colons tend to combine a question with its answer, or a phrase or a term with its definition, or a cause with its effect, or something like that. Anyway, let's take a look at these. What are some major problems? Well, one major problem is the fusion. A fused combo. You'll often hear this as a fused sentence, or a run-on. Now, a run-on sentence is not one that runs on and on and on and on. It just never stops. No. A run-on is a fused sentence, and a fused sentence is really a fused combination. This is what I mean. Let's take one of these patterns, S plus V, and S plus V plus DO. 2 patterns. How do we combine them? If we're going to fuse them, we just jam them together like this. S plus V plus S plus V plus D. So there's really nothing combining them there. I mean, there's no conjunction, there's no colon, there's no semicolon. It just put them next to each other, it might be S, V, S, C, and then just jammed right there, S, V. That's a fused combo, and it's going to be incorrect. All right, I can't think of really any instance when it's correct. You got to be able to recognize patterns here and see, now wait a minute, if they're both independent patterns, I can't just jam them together. So that's your fused combo. The next one is a splice. Now there are 2 types of splices, okay? One is the comma splice, where you take a pattern, let's say S plus V, and then you just put a comma there, and then you do another S plus V or something like that. You can't do that. You can't take 2 patterns and just jam them together and then put a comma between it. The comma will never carry that weight. It can't combine. A comma cannot combine, as much as we might like to think it does. It can't. Okay? So it looks like this. I sing, comma, I dance. No, that's incorrect. How about I sing and I dance? Yes, that does it. Here's your conjunction. That combines them. Now, some people will really like to see a comma right there, right? You might be used to seeing the comma come before the conjunction. It's a matter of style. The comma does nothing to combine the patterns together. So when you don't have that, you have these 2. These 2 are your comma splices. This is correct. Now, what about the another splice that I often see I call the adverb splice. Okay, and it really is kind of a fused combo. But here's what happens: you take I sing, I dance. Subject verb. See the pattern? So you do have 2 patterns here. You're going to combine them together. Let's just combine them together with a word that's not a conjunction. How about then? I sing, then I dance. Then is not a conjunction. So I know right away, in fact, it's an adverb. I know right away, this right here, can't do it. I can't combine those patterns together with just that word. Now to put a comma there would really just give me a comma splice or an adverb splice. It's a double mistake. That kind of sounds like it combines them together, but it's not a conjunction. So it can't do it. It's an adverb splice. Okay. Now the way you would fix this is to say something, I sing and then I dance. These are really the two big problems I see in pattern combination. And they lead to two major errors. One being the fused sentence, and the other being the comma splice. Most people will look at an adverb splice and consider it also a fused sentence, but I like to make a distinction because I know what you're trying to do. You don't just jam two patterns together in empty space. That's a fused sentence. You really are trying to put something between them, but you picked the wrong word. You didn't pick a conjunction. You picked an adverb. It's an adverb splice. I'll call it that way. But there's one more major error coming up, the fragment. I'll talk about that in the next video.